and Crowder. They are who we thought they were.
Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to the Sunshine State's only real sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics important to you, the sports fan in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right over there is Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports talk radio, the prodigy of production, primetime Jaden Grimes, also pressing the buttons, making us sound good on the other side of the glass. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, and all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. It's a Yeungling Football Friday, and we want to hear from you throughout the show. Krabs, how's your Friday?
Phenomenal. We are now streaming on Twitter also. So I got that going just now right before the show. Just went ahead and clicked through some buttons. So we're doing good with that. I'm excited to dig into another weekend. We've got good games on Saturday. And then, of course, I mean, the NFL never misses with the full slate. I stopped by Starbucks. I did not get the pumpkin cream cold brew today. I just went with a basic latte, double shot, short cup, just a little bit of milk, just enough to get me going. I needed a little bit of a pick me up on a Friday. You're the one I should be asking, how are you? Because you're the one who's been playing hurt the last 2 days. You seem like you're doing a little bit better today.
In fact, I just went on Chat GPT and asked, because I'm thinking about what I'm going to do after the show. And I asked Chat GPT, is whiskey good for a cold? And
yes.
Chat GPT said no, not really.
All right, another win for the humans. AI doesn't know what they're missing out on.
Absolutely. Kravitz, before we get into the headline segment, I had the prodigy of production scouring our archives looking for your biggest gaffe, maybe in Orlando sports radio history. It was way back when we were doing the show together in the morning, and it was the Winter Olympics, and you were doing the headlines. And sure enough, the prodigy of production found when you were trying to describe a big win in the Winter Olympics big skiing event. Listen.
The giant slalom. The giant slalom. Oh my God. That's what happens when you're bar mitzvah.
The giant slalom. You thought that's what it was.
There was no doubt in my mind that that's the way that you pronounce that. It looks just like shalom. And now I can't watch the Winter Olympics because I realized how little I watched the Winter Olympics up until that point, which that was probably 2 Winter Olympics ago when that cut took place. But now I see it everywhere. You can't miss the slalom. And I can't. Every time I see it, I feel shame.
Your old Jewish aunt and Edna would be proud of you.
That is a big giant slalom, Michael.
All right, let's get to the headlines and highlights. Let's go across the pond where the Orlando Magic's Franz Wagner scored 22 points, had 5 rebounds just a couple of hours ago to lead Germany to a 98-86 victory over Finland and into the finals of the Euro basketball tournament. Listen to the Franz going off.
Wagner. Look at him go to the oh! Deflected by Tice, intended for Kamwa. Now Ponga. And Wagner gets it up despite the contact. And the inbound of basketball. This matchup. Don't forget it. This will be it for Wagner. Yes, it will. And pass it around out of the perimeter. Wagner, second 3 in a row. Done against Germany. Here's Timon. Back outside to Wagner. Tristan De Silva with a pump fake. Back to Wagner for three. Oh, my.
Oh, my. The Franz's magic teammate, by the way, Tristan De Silva, he had 13 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Germany now awaits the winner of the other semifinal matchup between Turkey and Greece. Kravitz, you want Germany versus Greece so you can see the Franz going head-to-head with Giannis. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. Anytime Franz is on the court, I'm pulling for Franz Wagner. 22 points. And my favorite part, you heard in the highlight, back-to-back three-pointers. How's that for a hitch? I mean, he's got it working over there. The guy's like Eurobasket Michael Jordan. What?
He doesn't have the hitch anymore in the three-point shot.
That's all I needed to hear, Mike.
But he still takes a little too much time getting that shot off.
I don't care. They're going to leave him open all year as long as they go down. I don't care how long it take him 3 days, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in between the dribble and getting the shot off. But how about that? Stick that to your Mannerheim Museum, Finland. How you like them apples?
A big game in the NFL last night. The Pack lived up to their billing. Jordan Love throws for 292 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Packers beat the Washington Commanders 27-18 in a game that really wasn't that close. Here's Jordan Love.
Jacobs to the right side of Love in the shotgun slot left. And faking the handoff. Love rolls right, throws end zone.
Oh, he's got him. Touchdown! And a Lambeau leap on a beautiful play fake by Jordan Love. Tucker Kraft, 8-yard touchdown reception. It is 23-10 Green Bay.
Tucker Kraft, fantasy stud, Kravitz.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like Tucker Kraft coming into drafts. I did not get enough Tucker Kraft. Got a little Kraft, not enough Kraft. This guy is going to be awesome. I mean, he's bowling people over. Jordan Love absolutely loves throwing him the football. Is the most receiving yards for a tight end in a long time. I didn't even recognize the last name that they flashed on the screen last night. This Packers team is so good. The only thing that's going to get in their way is getting too hot too soon. They look like clearly the best team in the NFL. I mean, look, the defense, these are not pushovers that they have slowed down the last 2 weeks. The most efficient offenses from 2024 were the Lions and the Commanders, and they have made minced meat out of both of them. And Micah Parsons still isn't playing close to 100% of a snap share, but when he's out there, he makes such a difference. And I'm sure that the Green Bay Packers have a nice little care package for Jerry Jones come Christmas.
Speaking of fantasy, what does Austin Eckler now? Looks like he's out for the year with a torn Achilles. What does that mean for the Commanders and their team?
I think it means they have to make a trade. Do you see the stat line for this running back room? I know they played the Packers, and the Packers, it seems like, are really good against the run. They stopped the Lions. The Lions have a better run game than the Commanders do, but you had 17 yards from Jaden Daniels. That's nothing. Austin Eckler had 17 before he went out. And then my guy, Bill Krosky-Merritt, 4 carries, 17 yards. Wah, wah.
Right.
I think they need to make a trade with the Seattle Seahawks. They seem to be more invested in Zach Charbonnet than ever before. So I think the Commanders should pony up while they have this little window where they have a quarterback on a rookie deal. Go get Kenneth Walker with the Seattle Seahawks. That's the move that they should make.
Wow. 2 games involving state NFL teams on Sunday. The Bucs play the Texans on Monday night. By the way, Kravitz, what would be more surprising to you this weekend? If my Jaguars go on the road and beat Joe Burrow and the Bengals, or if the Dolphins lose to the Patriots?
That won't surprise me at all. So I would be more surprised. No. Did you watch the Dolphins last week? Them losing should surprise nobody. No, it would surprise me more if the Jags went on the road and beat Cincinnati. I think both of those scenarios are absolutely in play this weekend. I view the Jags and the Bengals, especially with Cincinnati. I don't think they're over their early season woes just because you beat the Browns by 1 point. Color me unimpressed with that. So I think the Jags can go in and beat Cincinnati, and I definitely think Miami can lose. In fact, later in the show, I might even pick that to happen. We'll see what happens. Football picks coming up in the 5 o'clock hour.
By the way, real quick, same question for the two big college games in the state of Florida. Number 3, LSU hosts Florida. USF number 18. They're at number 5, Miami. Which would be more surprising to you, UCF or USF beating Miami at Hard Rock Stadium, or the Gators beating LSU at Tiger Stadium?
Easy. USF beating Miami would be way more surprising to me. It was awesome what they were able to do against Florida. I thought the Gators shot themselves in the foot again and again and again in that game. And for USF to bring out the magic pixie dust 3 games in a row feels highly unlikely. It's the SEC. I mean, LSU hasn't exactly looked perfect either. So Florida beating LSU, hell, they did it last year, and this Gator team is supposed to be better than last year's Gator team was.
I only wish Stefan were on the show now to rip you for saying this is the SEC. This is the SEC.
Well, I mean, even if you're of the mindset of the SEC is overrated, you can at least, even if you're one of those people, which I don't believe, you can at least agree that they beat each other up within the conference, that they all beat each other.
They did. All right, those are your highlights, and those are your headlines.
Coming up next, some what-if scenarios for all the teams inside of the state. Mike just pitched a couple of those to me. I'm going to throw them Bianchi's way. I'm going to think of some situations, how they play out, and then what will our reaction be come Monday if it does go down that way. We'll get into that next on Game On.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
Let's talk about this incredible experience I had the last time I went to Hammer and Nails Grooming for Men. Went in for the manicure. I got talked in. The manager was so friendly, so nice. She said, look, you're here. You got an hour. Just get the pedicure as well. I'd never gotten one before. I don't know why. I felt all macho and weird about it. And I'm so glad that I gave in, because what an incredible experience. And I've always been kind of weird about people touching my feet. Doesn't matter. They make you feel so comfortable. It's such a relaxing experience, and they cater it to the extraordinary man just like yourself in a space that's far from a take a number haircut farm pedicure station that reeks of acrylic fumes. It's none of that. It's where rugged meets refined with a touch of class, and they have a bar, and you can get a drink there as well. Now, I'm giving away a service for Monday night, this coming Monday night, September 15th. If you want a free service for you and a +1, text us on the text line right now at 50857. Just text Hammer and Nails, and I'll hook one of you up. Hammer and Nails, your ultimate stop for total men's grooming. It's an incredible experience at Hammer and Nails.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibe, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
2 left lanes are blocked on Lake Mary Boulevard westbound at Lake Emma Road. Emergency crews are on the roadways there. Off to the shoulder, a crash is getting cleared up on the Greenway southbound before Orange Blossom Trail. You're going to run into some slowdowns heading through the city due to an accident off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound approaching Ivanhoe Boulevard. Look out for crews on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
September 19th and 20th at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Limited tickets still available at AXS.com.
Get yours while you still can.
Get your laundry Vegas ready with Arm & Hammer Power Sheets. Just toss in a detergent sheet. No drips, no plastic jugs, no mess. Arm & Hammer is a proud sponsor of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Clean up before you turn up. Shop Arm & Hammer Power Sheets now.
If you want your windows there in
free. Pick up the phone and just text free. Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Out here, pets are family, and where you go, they go. So bring them to Tractor Supply, where our price match guarantee means you'll save on toys, treats, pet meds, and more all summer long. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Yeungling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yeungling is the taste of tradition. Yeungling, legends stand the test of time.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in-store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited-time offers and experiences, like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-filled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Why is Macy's one-day sale the one sale you can't miss? For starters, you'll find our best prices of the month on fall's top trends, like $99.99 for trenches and barn jackets, diamond bracelets $249, and for cozy nights in, comfy sheets at $19.99 and under. Plus, it's Star Money bonus days, when Star Rewards members can earn Star Money faster. Not a member yet? Join for free online or in-store. Don't miss Macy's one-day sale today. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey, this is Matt Jones. I'm Drew Franklin, and this is NFL Cover Zero. We're just here to try to give you an NFL perspective a little bit different. Did you see the Colts pretzel? That was my other big takeaway from that game. What was that? Oh, my. We think NFL coverage should be informative and entertaining. And twice a week, that is exactly what you're going to get. Open up your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Cover Zero with Matt Jones and Drew Franklin, and listen now.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Help 96.9 The Game and AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando save lives by donating blood on the Big Red Bus this Friday. from 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Everyone that donates will get a free ticket to SeaWorld Orlando, Howl O Scream, and a one-of-a-kind Halloween t-shirt. Get more info on our event calendar at 969thegame.com. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Bianchi, we have hit new highs on our stream. The addition of Twitter has done some incredible things for us.
I need to retweet.
Oh my God, you retweet that with your 60,000 followers?
I need to retweet. Excuse me.
We're gonna be in the millions. Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz rolls on. We'll let Bianchi clear his throat for a moment. AM 930 in Jacksonville. You can find us there. FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee, and home base right here in Orlando, Florida, on FM 96.9 The Game, streaming everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, and on Twitter at 96.9 Game On. So if you can't find us, that is a you problem, because we are everywhere. It is time now for the daily coach quote of the day, our daily source of inspiration and motivation. I like to think of it as the ignition that really gets us started for our 3-hour show. Today's lesson is this, and I feel like it's going to hit you pretty deep as a writer, Mike. It says, your pen is still in your hand. Each day we wake up with another blank page. Don't surrender the right to author your own story. No critic, no circumstance, no setback gets the final say unless you put the pen down.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That is saying, when you wake up in the morning, Kravitz, when you wake up in the morning, it's a new day. It's a new start. It's the first day of the rest of your life. So author that first chapter of your life as anyone would, because tomorrow doesn't matter. Yesterday doesn't matter. Today is the first chapter in the rest of your life. Pick up that pen and make your life a masterpiece.
Look at this. See what I got? I got a pen. You can't take this pen out of my hand. That is the freedom. That is the freedom that you have every single day when you wake up, is that you get to write your own story as long as you keep that pen in your hand. Man, I feel revved up and ready to go. I can take on the weekend now. That might be the best one yet. Even better than J.J. McCarthy's Gardner quote. So I thought that perhaps as a primer to the weekend, we'd play a little what-if game. A lot of interesting scenarios that could play out this weekend with all of our state teams. So I'm going to pitch some potential results. I'm going to try and lean this towards things that aren't necessarily expected to happen, but things that are very possible that could happen. And then you tell me what the reaction would be come Monday. So I'm going to say, what if the Miami Dolphins beat the Patriots by 2 touchdowns? What is our reaction come Monday if that's what happens after how horrendous they looked in week 1?
Meh. It doesn't matter. There's nothing the Dolphins can do on Sunday against an equally bad Patriots team that is going to get the awful taste out of Dolphins fans' mouths from last week's embarrassment in Indianapolis. There's nothing they can do. The Dolphins can win by 2 touchdowns. It's not going to matter, because everybody's going to say, and Dolphins fans are going to say this as well, it's the Patriots. Show me something against a good team, and then I'll believe that this team can do something. So the reaction will be, so what?
To that point, if that does happen, you still have the Bills that you have to contend with next week, and it's a short week. Right. You go to Buffalo, Thursday Night Football. I hope that you're right, and I hope that you're right about me more than anybody else as it pertains to that. If the Dolphins win big on Sunday, after how much I blasted them over the course of this week, I really hope I don't trounce into this studio talking about how great this team is and how they've rallied around one another.
You really did bail on the Dolphins really quickly. Wow.
Yeah,
and Tua.
I don't have a high threshold for putting up with the Dolphins. I've been doing this my whole life. You can see it. I can see it pretty early on. You know, it's like going into, I know you haven't gone to the movies in a while, but it's like when you go into a movie, You don't know exactly what to expect. And the first 5 minutes are terrible. And so rather than just sit through the whole movie, you go, you know what? I'm pulling the plug now. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'll take my popcorn with me. What if the Gators hold the first half lead and then blow it in the second half? They end up losing to LSU. What would be the reaction on Monday if that's the way that this went down? They looked really good, and then something happened, dumb penalty, untimely turnover, and then the LSU ends up winning the game.
If that were to happen at Tiger Stadium, as long as it's not a Billy Napier coach, if it were a Billy Napier coaching gap of some sort, then the reaction would obviously be fire Billy Napier. But if it's just, they commit a turnover and they end up losing the game, I think Gator fans, if they lose a close game to LSU, I think they're okay with that. I think they're okay with it because of this. Because next week they have Miami, and then the week after that they have Texas. So I think if they play LSU close, there's at least a modicum of hope. Hey, maybe we can get it right against Miami. Maybe we can get it right against Texas. That's what I think they're going to say.
What if USF goes down to South Beach, Miami plays well, USF looks really tough again, and USF wins on a walk-off field goal? What's the reaction for both of those fan bases?
Miami fans will react much like Gator fans reacted last week. There is still the Mario Cristobal still has the reputation of always doing something to blow a game that he should have won. We saw it last year at the end of the season when they lost to Syracuse, they lost to Georgia Tech, they blew their chance to get into the ACC title game. And even though USF has beaten 2 ranked teams thus far, Miami is a 17.5 point favorite. They are playing at home. I think Miami fans will jump all over Mario Cristobal because of his reputation of not being able to get his team up for every game of the season.
Almost the exact same spread as the USF Florida game. In fact, there's a couple of points shaved off of this. Might actually create a buying opportunity here for the Miami Hurricanes. We'll talk about that later on in the show as well. Coming up next, we're going to dive heavier into that particular game, a preview of one of the biggest games of the weekend. USF has entered the top 25, but can they stay there? Some Canes talk on the way next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Fridays get fiery at Wing House with Lingerie Friday, where the Wing House girls turn up the heat while serving your favorite wings. It's the ultimate way to kick off your weekend. Great food. They've got bold flavors with every bite, unforgettable views. Whether you're celebrating or just unwinding, Friday nights at Wing House are always a vibe. Top notch. 3 Central Florida locations. Go find one near you. Wing House. Good food, beautifully served.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. I especially love El Campeon, the Champion. It was founded in 1917 and is one of the most tradition-steeped courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Bianchi sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. You can also play pickleball, tennis, rent a boat at the marina, and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. Also, Mission Resort would like to invite everyone out to the Howey Artesian Market, your local destination for all things handmade and homemade on September 27th. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., rain or shine. Make hotel reservations, golf tee times, and get information on the Artesian Market at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, your next great escape is closer than you think.
Football season has arrived, and BetOnline continues to be your #1 source for all your football betting action. BetOnline has all the latest odds, news, and scores from every pro to college game to baseball, cage fighting, and hockey futures. BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. Head to the website and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program, level up bonuses, and weekly cash boost. BetOnline, the game starts here.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Greater Orlando Sports Commission recognizes Chrissy Elliott, Executive Vice President of Event Operations with Florida Citrus Sports, as a 2025 Women in Sports Leadership Award winner. Chrissy has been a leader in organizing and growing youth sporting events throughout Central Florida for 28 years. Join the Greater Orlando Sports Commission for the Celebrating Women in Sports Luncheon, presented by Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute, September 17th at Addition Financial Arena. For info and tickets, visit GreaterOrlandoSports.com.
Boxing fans, Night of Champions 12 returns to Caribe Royale Orlando on Friday, September 19th. Undefeated Kevin Brown defends his WBA Continental North America title against Juan Mesa Anguila. Former heavyweight title challenger Luis King Kong Ortiz returns to take on Philip Henson. Plus, undefeated Puerto Rican prospect Roberto Riviera Gomez, and local stars Antrevious Ingram, Jobed Colazo, and Joshua LeBron. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or CaribeRoyale.com/boxing.
Get ready for an epic engagement event at International Diamond Center. 3 days, September 19th through 21st. IDC's flying in the entire collections, all the newest styles from both Tacori and Veragio. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. Tacori and Veragio, the world's two premier ring designers, together on the IDC stage with special incentives or zero interest financing through 2028. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by true California artisans with exquisite detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Veragio, unique, distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Veragio ring at this event and get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with a matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Also, check out new fine jewelry from these renowned designers. Let the experts at IDC help you find both the perfect ring and the most dazzling diamond during this incredible 3-day event. Get the guaranteed best price, up to $1,500 in savings, or interest-free financing till 2028. It's September 19th, 20th, and 21st. Only at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennium. On approved credit.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
This is the beat of sports.
If you're UCF, do you know how important the next 4 years are to win in football? The current media deals for the Big 12 ends in the 2030-31 athletic year. The Big 10's current deal ends in 2029 and 30. And if you're to play out an Ohio State president, or what others think about, hey, who gets the biggest ratings, and maybe we want to look at some Super League. If you're UCF, 2025 to establish a new foundation, 26, 27, 28 going into a 29 season. You don't want to be averaging 4 or 5 wins, because if somebody decides, hey, we're going to do something really funky beginning in 2032 and we're going to pick our X number of teams, you better start being relevant on a national level, because if not, and they start thinking about the most valuable brands of the time, I'm not trying to add more pressure, but that's pressure, man.
Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, if you have any sort of outdoor plans, things are going to be feeling pretty nice. Lower humidity is settling in, and that will give way to slightly lower rain chances as well. We'll still be expecting, though, about a 40% chance, but best chances will exist a little bit closer towards the coast. Still, not a bad idea to keep the rain jacket or umbrella handy. Temperatures today will warm to a high of 87 degrees, staying nice and mostly dry through this weekend as well. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The Miami Hurricanes have worked their way up to the number 5 team in the country. Let's check in on the Canes beat. Jordan McPherson joins us from the Miami Herald. You can find him on Twitter at J_McPherson1126. Jordan, it feels like this team it feels different to me. Am I getting suckered in again, or do you think this is real?
After covering the team last year and now getting into year 2 with them, this does feel different. I mean, both sides of the ball look really good. I mean, last year the defense just completely imploded down the stretch, and they relied on all the heroics that Cam Ward could provide them to keep them in the playoff hunt before they ultimately ran out of gas late. Through the first 2 games, obviously Bethune-Cookman games Bethune-Cookman, but they looked apart against Notre Dame. That was the real eye test for me going into the season, was how they were going to handle that. And the fact they were able to win that, they give up a lead late in the fourth quarter, but were able to come back and hold on. That to me was a telltale sign of that this team has what it takes. But there's still 10 more weeks of football in the regular season, so a lot can happen. But I like what I've seen so far this season.
Last week doesn't teach us much, but what about the version of the Canes that we saw against Notre Dame? What was it that really stood out to you from that matchup? It felt like kind of every facet of the team played well. Mario Cristobal, still some questionable stuff down the stretch, but in terms of the positives, what was it that stood out to you where you said, wow, that's where I really come away impressed?
Yeah, for me, it's the lines of scrimmage on both sides. I mean, their offensive line, I think you can argue they're one of, if not the best in the country. I mean, that group, Francis Malignol, I think is going to be a first-round pick at right tackle. Markel Bell at left tackle, he's 6'8", 6'9", depending on which shoes he's wearing. The interior of the line, Inez Cooper's going to start for going on his 4th year. James Brockmeyer, the center who transferred in from TCU, really good so far. Left guard, they're rotating a couple guys in. And then the defensive line, Ruben Bain is an absolute beast. Akeem Mesidor, if he stays healthy, he's great on the other edge. And their defensive tackles were a question mark for me going into the season. And that group really stepped up. So if they can handle the line of scrimmage like they did in that Notre Dame game the rest of the season, that's going to be an absolute turning point for them. And I just want to quickly touch on Carson Beck. I mean, the main thing for me was I wanted to see how much, if he pressed himself too much. And I don't think he did. A lot of people are obviously looking at the comparison of, can he do what Cam Ward did? Can he have the same success that Cam Ward did? They don't need him to do what Cam Ward did. They need him to make the plays when make the plays when they're there. Don't go for the heroics and really just rely on the all-around offense. The run game's good. He's finding relationships with his receivers, and he did what he needed to do and didn't do too much, which I thought may have been something he would have tried to do in that Notre Dame game, especially with it being that first game back after the way his time in Georgia ended with the injury.
Jordan, I'm curious. This is Mike Bianchi. I'm curious. You're familiar with the University of Florida. I'm thinking the Gators did the Canes a favor by losing last week to USF, because I'm sure Miami's frothing at the mouth now to play USF.
Yeah, I would think so as well. First off, great to talk to you again, Bianchi. It's been way too long. First off, I just want to say that right out of the gate. But yeah, that the fact that USF is ranked now, it just adds an extra layer to the matchup on Saturday. But wasn't going into this overlooking USF regardless. They played the Bulls in Tampa last year, and they gave them a run for their money for about a half. I mean, that game, USF was leading with about 2 minutes left in the first half, and then Byron Brown got injured, missed a good chunk of the second half, missed most of the rest of the game, and Miami was just able to steamroll in the second half. But they know what USF has to offer when they're at full strength. I mean, Byron Brown, his dual threat nature is he's really good. Obviously, USF some favors down the stretch in the fourth quarter to get them back in the game and give the Bulls a chance to win it and to ultimately win it. But they know that USF isn't going to be a pushover. And now the fact that it's a ranked matchup and USF has the track record with the big win over Boise State and the win in Gainesville last week, it's going to be a really good matchup on Saturday in Miami.
Also, I wonder about Mario Cristobal. Does it bother him, do you think, that he sort of has the reputation still of being a great recruiter, and then come game day, there's going to be a game or two that maybe he blows it or whatever? Do you think that bothers him?
I think it does a little bit, but to use some of his own words that he says about his team when they go out there on game day, until he proves the opposite, the narrative is going to be out there. So until they get to a point where they play through a clean season or they don't let a self-inflicted mistake cost them, that narrative is going to be there. So he and the Hurricanes as a whole need to figure out what to do to minimize those type of mistakes. And so far, I mean, obviously we're 2 weeks in, but so far so good there. But yeah, the narrative's going to be there until we can prove otherwise.
Jordan McPherson joining us. He's on the Canes beat over at the Miami Herald. The crowd in week one was tremendous. What has the fan support been like, and how much of that comes from the excitement going into this season compared to, or is it based on last year? I mean, is it different? I guess is what I'm trying to ask. It feels like I was expecting Notre Dame fans to take over down at Hard Rock, and it seemed like it was a very strong Miami crowd. Is there a lot of excitement down there for the Canes this year?
There definitely is. I mean, obviously, when you start with a marquee matchup like Notre Dame, Sunday night under the lights, you're the show up for college football that day. You were hoping for a big crowd, and they definitely showed up at Hard Rock for that one. I mean, even the Bethune crowd. I mean, for a game against Bethune-Cookman, the crowd was so decent for the opponent that it was. I'm expecting a big crowd next week for Florida. This week, I'll be interested to see what it's like with USF. But there is definitely anticipation. There is hope. And as long as the Hurricanes are able to keep doing what they're doing, I would expect the crowd to continue being what we saw with Notre Dame. But that's the thing about South Florida is when you're winning and when you're relevant, you become the fans are definitely a lot more engaged, and they are definitely going to be able to keep doing that.
All right, before we let you go, my producer will cut my mic off if I don't ask about JoJo Trader. Can you give me an update on the exciting wide receiver? Is he going to play at some point for the Hurricanes?
Yeah, that's one of the big questions. I mean, he didn't play last week against Bethune-Cookman, was very limited against Notre Dame, only played 9 snaps, had a couple deep balls thrown to him that he didn't get. Mario Cristobal said that he should be available for Saturday against USF, but with me, the way that the Hurricanes go about reporting injuries, until we actually see him on the field, I'm not going to hold my breath. I would love to see JoJo Trader out there. I think he's a great talent. I covered him a little bit during his high school days out at Chaminade Madonna down here in Fort Lauderdale, or in Hollywood, I should say. And he's talented. He's a really good athlete, a really good receiver, but just hasn't had the chance to really break through, whether it was for injuries like we're seeing a little bit this year and a little bit last year, or just where things shake up on the depth chart.
Jordan, I am shocked.
I can't guarantee.
Jordan, I am shocked that you're hinting that Mario Cristobal isn't very transparent with the media. Shocked.
Well, the good thing is starting with the FSU game, we have availability reports. How much more revealing those are, we'll see, but we'll at least have something on paper.
Right. It'll
Starting
be
in about 3 weeks.
It'll be like Bill Belichick in New England. Everybody's questionable. Jordan McPherson, Canes beat for the Miami Herald. Thanks so much, Jordan. We appreciate the insight.
Thanks, guys.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Mortgage rates are sliding, inventory's rising, and the Nickley Group is helping home buyers save an average of $24,000. That's right, $24,000. They're negotiating rate buydowns, seller concessions, and in some cases, instant equity. And when you buy through the Nickley Group, you're not just getting a house. You're getting a team, free moving trucks, free home warranty, access to off-market listings, and even a love it or leave it guarantee. If you don't absolutely love your home, they will relist it for free. Download their free buyer's guide at thenickley.com. It's packed with info to help you move smart. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Orlando's pro volleyball team is hotter than hot. Coming off of a championship season, the Orlando Valkyries aren't just ready to take on their league once again, but another league as well. A groundbreaking deal has allowed 2 leagues to merge into one, Major League Volleyball. The Valks are introducing their 4-match flex plan, the perfect plan if you can't make it to every game. Opening night is included. Any additional 3 games of your choice, it layers in flexibility and savings compared to single game tickets, and the plans start at just $51. If you purchase a season ticket or a 4-match flex plan before September 19th, you'll receive an exclusive invite to the team's kickoff party with Orlando Valkyries players, coaches, and it's a great chance to celebrate the season and connect with the team. And because I'm feeling nice, how about we give away some tickets right now? Text the word 4-pack, all lowercase and one word, to 833-854-5809 to enter for a chance to win a 4-match flex plan towards the upcoming season. Good luck and go Valkyries.
Traffic's piling up due to an accident on State Road 408 eastbound before Severin Boulevard, exit 14. Multiple lanes are blocked there. Keep an eye out for emergency crews in the grass, clearing up an accident on the Greenway southbound before Orange Blossom Trail. Rainy conditions might be affecting your ride. Expect reduced visibility and slippery roadways this afternoon. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
It's your boy Mario Lopez here with some inside scoop. Staples has school supplies as low as 25 cents. Your back to school budget, saved by the button, the easy button. What do you think I was going to say? Love me some Staples. That was easy.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details. After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Yeungling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yeungling is the taste of tradition. Yeungling. Legends stand the test of time.
We love stats, facts, and figures on this show. And what about this one? Your AC system consumes up to 80% of your electric bill, and a new AC system can save you up to 75% on the AC portion of your bill. That could save you a substantial amount of money in the long run, and Mills Air is here to help. Mills Air will get you feeling right. They'll have you living comfortably, and they'll do it all without breaking the bank. The best AC company in the market, bar none. I've used them for years, and you'll love it too. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Thanks to you, thousands of teachers now have the tools they need to thrive, and their students do too.
I get up every single morning, and I can't wait to see their smiling faces coming through my door.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, building brighter futures one classroom at a time.
As a teacher, I'm really trying to help them come to school every day and put their foot in the right direction of life.
And we're just getting started. Help keep the momentum going and nominate a teacher who's made a difference in your life at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
It's a Yeungling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game. This is the beat of sports.
Mark Richt averaged 10 wins a year at Georgia. The problem was a decade of that, he didn't win the right games. Their biggest rival games, or when they played top 10 teams, they lost. They beat up on everybody else, and it wasn't good enough. And Georgia felt that they needed to make a change. For Billy Napier on a different level, though Gator fans would love to average 10 wins, you do get a sense that 8-5, it's just not going to be good enough. And it just has that view, like, can it get to the next two levels? The first level is winning 9 or 10 games. The next level is you're competing for the SEC championship and national championships. And I think most Florida fans feel like that's not going to happen with him in charge.
They haven't liked him from the beginning.
No, because it wasn't as sexy of a hire, and the personality just didn't initially resonate.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
If a baby is giggling in the back seat, they're probably happy. If a baby is crying in the back seat, they're probably hungry. But if a baby is sleeping in the back seat, will you remember they're even there? When you're distracted, stressed, or not usually the one who drives them, the chances of forgetting them in the back seat are much higher. It can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot fast and can be deadly. So get in the habit of checking the back seat when you leave. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. It's a free-for-all Friday. Let your voice be heard and see what you can get Bianchi and Kravitz all fired up about. Text us at 50857 or hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Now back to Game On.
Hold up, he's our man. If he can do it, nobody can.
Oh, yeah.
They're back. The open mic cheerleaders.
The cheerleading squad is back in the house. Good job, Primetime.
He's on it. He's on it today. My
Finding all our old clips.
That's right. He saved his best work for Friday. Speaking of which, Jaden Grimes, this is a free-for-all Friday. You can text in anything you want, 50857. You can ask a sports question, life question, show question, behind-the-scenes question. You want to know how the sausage is made, whatever it is. 50857. Bianchi and I are afraid of nothing. Yeah, definitely not you. Now, the only thing you're afraid of right now is the fever that's inside of your brain. Let's play the clip. This was from, 10 years ago when I was doing a sports update on open mic when Bianchi and I worked together the last time. And it was during the Winter Olympics. And, skiers were sliding down slopes and such. And this is what I had to say. The giant slalom. Okay, so
And you actually thought it was called the giant slalom.
Yeah, it's just kind of sounding it out on the fly, but it looked right. I felt like I nailed it in the moment, and your reaction to that was priceless and has carried on all of these years. Somehow we still had that in the system. And then we get this text today on the Mills Air text line 50857. It said, did Bianchi really dig up a past mistake to embarrass a coworker because he made an embarrassing mistake yesterday? Classless. Get over yourself. I don't care. We laugh at each other. That's what we do.
I was laughing at my embarrassing mistake yesterday when I had the breaking news.
Oh, my breaking news.
People make mistakes.
Charges have been dropped against Jim Levitt, former USF football coach. Kravitz goes. That happened yesterday.
Yeah. Always love when Mike's a day behind. That's great. We got one earlier. We got one yesterday that said breaking news: Bianchi and BK reunite on 96.9 The Game. I saw one earlier on in the day today that said, how can you not be looking forward to a Super Bowl rematch to see if the Eagles defense can take that belt to Mahomes again? There's another what if scenario for you. What if this game at 4:00 on Sunday looks exactly like the Super Bowl? We will all officially declare that the Chiefs are dead if that happens.
Dynasty's done. I got a text from a friend who's a listener. I was talking earlier about, I'm thinking I use Chat GPT to ask if drinking whiskey is that good for a cold. And Chat GPT said, not really. But the listener said, I'm letting you know that for a cold, whiskey and a honey, if you heat it up, a hot toddy helps with the cough, helps with a sore throat. My dad is a doctor, and that's what he told me to do. And I believe my dad. I believe your dad, too. If it were my dad, I wouldn't believe him, but I believe your dad.
Well, if it was your dad, you wouldn't be able to hear him.
That's right.
Because he's not there. He's a deadbeat dad. Okay, for those that don't know. Okay.
I was trying to explain to Jaden my deadbeat dad shtick. Yeah. We'll get in.
We laugh because it hurts. There's one on the text line that says, is it possible to hear Mike's Rob Parker story? Do you have a Rob? I know you don't like Rob Parker, but do you have a Rob Parker story?
A Rob Parker story. Have I told that story? But I'm not going to tell that story. I'm not going to.
Oh, God. Now I'm locked in. You're going to do that whole I'll tell you off the air thing. Can you just give us like a hint without the details?
Rob Parker used to be a columnist at one of the Detroit newspapers. I'm not going to tell you the Rob Parker story, but I'll tell you another sort of sad story about another columnist up in Detroit, Drew Sharp, who was a really good columnist. And so I wanted to get Drew Sharp as a guest on our radio show one morning. So I texted him the night before, and I never heard anything back from him, which was unusual because we were fairly close. So I texted another friend of mine in Detroit, and I go, Drew Sharp, he didn't text me back. This is a sad part. You talk about being behind. Drew Sharp had passed away like 6 months earlier, and I didn't know about it.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's inexcusable on my part that I didn't know that a fellow columnist and we didn't stay in touch frequently, but we would text once a year or so, once every couple of years. So anyway,
Bianchi probably followed up and said, so since I've got you, could you come on today?
Yeah.
You can text in.
I think I did have Bob Winelski.
Well, there you go. See, it's like, hey, we're already in a conversation. Okay. It's very sad what happened, but we can't change the past. Text in right now your chance to win today's prize. Text Fight Night to 50857. I'll get you hooked up with a pair of tickets. Night of Champions 12 returns to Carib Royale. You want your own tickets? You can get them CaribRoyale.com/boxing to get your own, or you can text Fight Night to 50857. I'll hook one of you up right now. More in the zone or I did it again. Game on's coming up. 60 seconds away.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
We are broadcasting live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Light us up on the Mills Air text line. That's 50857. It's a free-for-all Friday. Also a Yeungling Football Friday. We'll do our Yeungling six-pack picks coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Uncle Paulie makes a return to the show, and Stone Cold Locks. We've got free money, free stuff. If you want to know where our head is at with the football games that are coming up this weekend, the 5 o'clock hour is for you. It is hard-hitting. It is fast. It is opinionated. We're taking talkbacks as well. You can light us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Really cool event coming up this weekend in Jacksonville. Tides Beach Bar and Grill at the Hampton Inn Oceanfront. This is right ahead of the 1 o'clock kickoffs on Sunday. Food and drink specials include, but are not limited to, 2 for $22. You get 2 hot dogs, 2 beers, or 2 well drinks, or 2 glasses of wine. $18 for a burger, chips, and a well drink or beer. $18 for a nice big fat brisket sandwich, chips, and a drink as well. Cannot beat that. Presented by AM 930 Fox Sports Radio in Jacksonville, where we are broadcasting live right now.
It's my old stomping grounds up there, the Hampton Inn on the ocean.
You know exactly where that is, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Somebody said that was a tease. Please give us a hint about the Rob Parker story. Another one said,
I don't like Rob Parker. I'll just say this. I don't like Rob Parker on the radio. I don't like Rob Parker is a nice guy. I just don't like his style as a columnist when he was a columnist. And he's been fired numerous times for some of what I think are his racially motivated takes. I'll just say that.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to respect it, people. Okay. We got to move on. So this is pretty cool. I think we have audio that we'll share at some point in the next segment of this, but Paolo Banchero has a documentary that's coming out. It's about his journey in the NBA from the very beginning to present day with the Orlando Magic. And he posted a preview of this on Twitter, captioned it, "For the last 3 years, I've been documenting my journey. Now I'm ready to share the standard," but the S in standard is a 5 for P5. That is coming soon. Why are you laughing, Mike?
I don't know. I just think it's a little soon to have a documentary about his journey.
But here's the thing, Mike.
To the NBA.
Okay? I wanted to give you that moment because I knew you were going to giggle about this. Oh my gosh, he's like he's Michael Jordan with The Last Dance.
Right.
All right, we love Paolo, but it's on YouTube, Mike. This is not like some big Netflix production. It's on YouTube.
What do you mean it's on you? So he produced it himself.
I don't know who produced it. I tried to find it. I mean, I didn't recognize the production company. It wasn't like, it was Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions is making all the good stuff these days. But it's not like this is a 30 for 30 about Paolo Banchero. This is just a YouTube documentary. Anybody with a film crew and a little bit of production effort could do
so
this.
It's probably self-produced.
Like, I'm not saying it's going to look low budget. I saw the trailer. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool, but this is self-produced. Perhaps it could be that, but it's not like Not all
Far be it for
documentaries
me.
are. This is more like, you take it to the Sundance Film Festival is what I'm saying.
Far be it for me to criticize Paolo Banchero for making a documentary 4 years into his NBA career. Just far again, I don't care where it's at. I just think it's a little soon to have a documentary. Everybody has a documentary these days. Everybody has podcasts. Everybody has documentaries. Can we do a documentary? Let's do it. We're on YouTube
are you
now.
kidding me? Well,
let us have a documentary.
We could definitely do a documentary. You and I have worked together longer than Paolo Banchero has been in the NBA. So we actually
Paolo Banchero has been alive.
That's not that far from accuracy right there. That's
but I don't want to sound like the old get off your lawn grumpy guy. So I'm sure it's a fine documentary that Paolo's.
Well, there's no avoiding that, Mike. So just lean into it. Since we're on the NBA, I wanted to talk about this Victor Wembanyama story that I saw. The Spurs have announced a tryout for a new supporter section at Spurs games, with the tryout set to be held this Sunday. I think is the first day. So you're missing the NFL Sunday to go to a supporter section tryout. How do you even try out? What do you do?
Yeah, the old helmet head. It's the old helmet head and Kravitz. You're gonna miss a football Sunday to go to this?
They better have the red zone on from there. How do you try out to be a fan? I don't understand. You do jumping jacks or something? Anyway, Victor Wembanyama is the one that came up with this plan. So, of course, the Spurs were like, that's a great idea, Victor. We're definitely going to do that. Definitely going to do that. I wish I would have thought of this myself. It's brilliant. No, we'll definitely come in on a Sunday while the NFL is on so that we can hold the tryout for fans that are going to clap for us. Well, anyway, this is loosely modeled after what he has seen in soccer and some basketball teams and what they've done in Europe. We're very familiar with this. We have a soccer team in town. They have two huge supporter sections, or they have one supporter section. They have two big supporter groups, and they have a wall. The Clippers have tried something like this where, they have a section where people are standing instead of sitting, and they're into the game the whole time, and you've got to go to 75% of the games to keep up your certain level of fan status. Mike, if you are not willing to lean all the way into old guy on the lawn, allow me to do it for you.
Okay.
I hate this. I hate this with every fiber of my being. This is not meant for the NBA. Supporter sections. Let me read this to you, okay? It's one thing, have a section where you have your most loyal fans. That's fine. But this says the section of fans will feature nonstop chants, drums, and flags. At an NBA game, it doesn't fit the vibe. That's not what NBA games, even in the regular season, on the right night with the right game and the right fan base, can be very exciting. But this is going to sound like a soccer game. I don't like this idea. I hope this doesn't make its way to Orlando. I fear that if it works for San Antonio, we'll start doing it in our town, because we do have soccer fans that I think would be familiar with presenting their fandom that way. I don't like it. I don't want the Europeanization of the NBA. I'm out on that.
I don't mind the exuberance and the chants and all of that. I just don't think it works in the NBA because of the demographics of it. And by that, I mean, in soccer, MLS, the wall, for instance, the wall is, right there next to the field. It's those seats are pretty cheap. They're the cheapest seats in the house to get on the wall because you're standing the whole time. You think the NBA is going to block out really good seats near the court to put some low-priced fans? I mean, if this is going to work in the NBA, the fans will be up in the nosebleeds. Okay, they're not going to put them courtside,
like where the Magic stick the tourist groups up in the top corner of the arena.
That's where it would be. And I guess you could put them up there and they'd make a bunch of noise up there.
Like, I don't want them up there chanting. Like, remember when I don't know the Orlando City song, so this is very dated. I apologize for the Orlando City fans that are out there. But when Dom Dwyer was on the team, it was, he scores when he wants. He scores when he wants. He's Dom Dwyer. He scores when he wants. I don't want to hear that at a Magic game. I don't want that. I don't want any part of that.
And by the way, when he came back to Orlando, he didn't score when he went. He didn't score at all, in fact.
Right, exactly. So I should have probably edited that song at some point.
It might work, though. Where'd you say they're going to?
San Antonio.
It might actually work in someplace like San Antonio, like the smaller markets, in Indianapolis.
That's my problem, Mike. We're one of those. We're in Indianapolis. We're in San Antonio. I don't want it.
No, Orlando is so transient, though. I mean, you go to a Magic game, and there's a bunch of fans from the other team there. I don't know that would work in Orlando.
We'll see. We'll keep an eye on San Antonio. Coming up next, Scott Reynolds. We weren't able to link up with him yesterday. We got him today from the Pewter Report. He's been covering the Bucks for 30 years. They had a big win last Sunday. They got a big one coming up on Monday night. We'll talk about that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Football season is fully loaded, and your spot to get in on all of the action is on Florida's only legal sports book, Hard Rock Bet. The Hard Rock Bet party is live, and you can consider this your official invite. Sign up, bet $5 on any game. If that bet wins, you can also score $150 in bonus bets, a winning bet, and a boosted bankroll. Now that is how you continue this football season in style. Primetime specials, anytime touchdowns. The menu is limitless. And if you're looking for an edge on your next bet, you can find crazy trends and stats on the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. You can find the hottest streaks, the latest line moves, and more. We've hit the last two props that we've talked about during this portion of our Hard Rock Bet chats. Joe Burrow has thrown 3 touchdown passes or more in each of his last 5 home games against AFC competition. He's plus 130 to do that against the Jags. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
At Ziegler Air Conditioning, they believe in a straightforward approach. Their technicians don't earn commissions on parts or services sold. Instead, they pay their technicians a superior wage for providing the highest quality service. Unlike so many other companies that send sales advisors with technicians to push new systems, Ziegler focuses solely on what you need. No pressure, no upselling, just honest, reliable service. And don't forget the importance of regular maintenance for your AC system. Proper maintenance ensures your warranty stays in effect and keeps your system running efficiently. I speak from experience when I say Ziegler's maintenance program is the best in the business. And by the way, happy anniversary to Pat Ziegler and his crew. They are celebrating their 40th anniversary of cooling Central Florida. Ziegler Air is a carrier authorized dealer, also factory authorized, which means they can get their customers even better rebates and benefits. Carrier, turn to the experts, turn to Ziegler Air. Don't ever lose your cool. Call Ziegler Air at 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765.
408 eastbound at Bumby Avenue, the left lane's blocked. Florida's Turnpike southbound at Hancock Road, the right lane's blocked there on I-4. You're going to run into some stop-and-go traffic through that World Drive area, and there's a crash getting cleared up, blocking the ramp from the Greenway southbound to Dowden Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
September 19th and 20th at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Limited tickets still available at AXS.com.
Get yours while you still can.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Victoria Hills is your golf course of choice. Enjoy a golfing experience like no other. Challenge yourself on a Ron Garl design that is unique to Florida's landscape. Elevation changes and rolling terrain will remind you of being in the Carolinas. And now you can get 2 rounds of golf for just $35 at CentralFloridaSaves.com. That's right. You and a guest can play a round of golf at Victoria Hills in D-Land for just $35. Head on over to CentralFloridaSaves.com to get this deal.
Yeungling Traditional Lager, Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yeungling is the taste of tradition. Yeungling, legends stand the test of time.
The Greater Orlando Sports Commission recognizes Heather Fagan, Chief of Staff for Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer, as a 2025 Women in Sports Leadership Award winner. Heather has been instrumental in positioning Orlando as a premier sports tourism destination, driving economic impact and national and international visibility. Join the Greater Orlando Sports Commission for the Celebrating Women in Sports Luncheon, presented by Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute, September 17th at Addition Financial Arena. For info and tickets, visit GreaterOrlandoSports.com.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do.
You know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
I can't wait for this weekend slate of games, especially with Prize Picks in the mix. Prize Picks makes watching my Jaguars 10 times more fun because I'm not just watching Trevor Lawrence, I'm playing along with him. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. All you do is pick more or less on a player's stat projections, and in less than a minute, your lineup is locked in. Sunday, I'm looking at Travis Etienne with more than his projection of 56 rushing yards, Travis Hunter with more than 47 receiving yards, and Trevor Lawrence with more than 240 passing yards. That's right. I think the Jags have their way with the Bengals' weak defense. At Prize Picks, you can turn those insights into income. Prize Picks also invented flex play. So even if one pick misses, you can still cash out. And don't forget, they've got the injury reboot policy too. So if one of your guys goes down in the first half, you're protected. Download the app today. Use code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Lowe's knows how to get you ready for holiday hosting with up to 35% off select home decor. And get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, members get free delivery, haul away, basic installation, parts, and a 2-year Lowe's protection plan when you spend $2,500 or more on select LG major appliances. Valid through 10/1. Member offer excludes Massachusetts, Maryland, Wisconsin, New Jersey, and Florida. Installed by independent contractors. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
The NFL is off to a wild start.
J.J. McCarthy runs for a Vikings touchdown.
The new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Fantasy advice and expert analysis.
We got you covered with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Games.
Got 'em.
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers.
The adrenaline is still pumping as we hit week 2.
And we've got 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
Just open the iHeartRadio app and search NFL to dive in.
It's a Yeungling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game.
Get hurt in the game? We tough it out. Feel exhausted? We push on. Feeling down? We pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. But there are times when bootstraps aren't enough. When stress gets to us and we need to talk to someone about what we're really going through. So we're going to reach out because sometimes mental health is not a one-person job. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The Bucs got a win last Sunday to open up the season against the Atlanta Falcons. They have another big test coming up on Monday night against the Houston Texans. Let's chat with Scott Reynolds from the Pewter Report about all of that. He's been covering the Bucs for the last 30 years, one of the most credible Bucs sources you can find out there today. Gutty win on Sunday. Kind of figured that it would come down to the wire against Atlanta, didn't we, Scott?
Yeah, especially against a team that swept them last year. This was a revenge-minded game for the Bucs. They pulled it out, and they're in the driver's seat now. Atlanta doesn't get a rematch until Week 15 on Thursday Night Football. They'll be in their throwbacks. Tampa Bay will be in their creamsicle throwback. Should be a good one, but it's a long time away from now.
How good is the rookie wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka? I'm just over the moon about this guy. He looks like a full pro already.
He really does. And listen, I don't mean to speak in hyperbole. This is facts as I see them. Okay, I've covered this team for 30 years. As fantastic. What's the best word? As excellent as Mike Williams is. I'm sorry, not Mike Williams. Mike Evans is. He's a future Hall of Famer. In 2014, he wasn't this good. In 2014, as a rookie, Mike Evans was 240 pounds. He had some drops. Yes, he made some spectacular catches as well. He was a 1,000-yard receiver. But he wasn't this good. He wasn't Emeka Egbuka good. Chris Godwin in 2017 as the third-round pick wasn't this good. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown catch came in the final game of the season on his final catch on the final play of the year. It was a game-winning touchdown against the New Orleans Saints. Well, Emeka Egbuka had his first game winner in his first NFL game, and that was his second touchdown. Guys, I've done this a long time. Emeka Egbuka is the best rookie wide receiver I've ever seen. Now, we'll see if he can live up to what Chris Godwin has been as the second best Bucs receiver of all time, or maybe even Mike Evans as the best Bucs receiver of all time. But he's off to a fantastic start. Mike Evans, at age 32, had the best training camp of his career. He was the best player on offense in training camp. Emeka Egbuka was the second best. This is a dynamite 1-2 punch. Atlanta felt that, and I think the Texans are going to feel that on Monday Night Football.
Let's go to what I think is a concern for the Buccaneers. Their running game the other day wasn't very good, at least from their backs. Bucky Irving, I think he had like 14 carries for 37 yards. How much of a concern is the running game and the sort of banged up offensive line?
Well, it is a concern, and I think you're right, Mike. When you look at the offensive line, it was a surprise reshuffle. It wasn't just putting Charlie Heck in for Tristan Wirfs. It was moving center Graham Barton to left tackle where he played in college, and I thought he played pretty well in Atlanta. It was moving Ben Bredesen from left guard to center, and then it was bringing the practice squad guard up, Michael Jordan, to play left guard in that game. So typically you don't see a team replace one guy by shuffling 3 out of 5 positions on the offensive line. I think it helped in pass protection because, listen, when you have a $100 million quarterback in Baker Mayfield, you got to protect him. That's first and foremost. From a pass protection standpoint, I thought that reshuffle gamble paid off. In the running game, you could see the lack of continuity and consistency didn't really pay dividends. And I'm a little concerned heading into week 2 because guess what? The Texans' defensive front is better than the Falcons' defensive front. You've got a pair of Pro Bowl caliber pass rushers in Will Anderson Jr., who had a sack last week. He had 11 sacks last year. Then you've got, on the other side, Danielle Hunter, who's a 5-time Pro Bowler. He's had 6 double-digit sack seasons. Both of those guys can get after the quarterback, but they're also pretty good run stuffers. Tim Settle, Sheldon Rankins in the middle of that defense, a defensive tackle, they're pretty good too. So you look at what they did last week out in L.A., they held the Rams to just 72 yards rushing. Guys, Kyron Williams is a Pro Bowl running back for the Rams. He was held in check with just 66 yards. So I am concerned, although we're going to see week 2 of this offensive line, maybe they make some progress. The progress might be negated by the fact that the Texans' defensive front, including those linebackers, are better than what they saw last week in Atlanta.
Scott, I'm also curious. Not curious. I'm amazed at Baker Mayfield. That final touchdown pass he threw to Egbuka was perfectly placed. I think an argument could be made that he's the most accurate quarterback in the league. I mean, just talk about his precision and accuracy.
You know, when he's on, Mike, he's on. And that's something special about him. Listen, you and I have covered the Buccaneers for a long time, right? We remember the likes of like Trent Dilfer. When Trent Dilfer started to go down in a downward spiral in a game, he wasn't able to bring himself out of it. There's been a lot of quarterbacks in the Tampa Bay history, and they're in the 50th year of their franchise. A lot of those quarterbacks, if they start off good, they have a chance of finishing good. If they start off bad, they have no chance of recovery. What I love about Baker Mayfield and what I appreciate about his game is the fact that if he starts off slow, he can heat up. He can actually finish the game stronger than he did starting the game. And that's a pretty rare quality, especially in Tampa Bay with all the quarterbacks that this franchise has had. So you're never out of it with Baker Mayfield. If he has that slow start, it might be a bad quarter. It might be a bad half. It might even be, a bad 3 quarters, but he turns it on in the 4th quarter when you need him. And whether it's a touchdown drive or a drive to get you that game-winning field goal, you're never out of the game with Baker Mayfield. And we saw that last week. It was a pretty unspectacular performance. And guess what? There were some dropped interceptions by the Falcons that could have really turned the tide in that game. Baker Mayfield has got to be more precise in week 2 against a takeaway-driven team in the Texans. They're going to catch those interceptions that the Falcons dropped in the secondary. Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley, guys like that, they're going to come up with those interceptions. So Baker Mayfield has got to be more on his game in week 2 than he was in week 1. But in week 1, he was good enough. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he got the job done in crunch time, and that always gives the Buccaneers a chance.
Scott Reynolds, Bucs beat writer for PewterReport.com. Last thing for you, I saw Chris Godwin started practicing. Is that big news, or is that expected at this point?
I didn't hear you. You cut out just a second.
Chris Godwin, I saw that he started practicing. Is that a big story, or was that expected to happen on this timeline?
It's kind of expected. This is the timeline. Look for that Seattle game, right? Week 5, maybe the 49ers game, week 6 to be his target for return. It's not like that knee injury that he overcame in the 2021 season to come back in 2022. This is a fractured ankle, right? So it's like, the knee is one thing, the ankle is another. The ankle is everything in terms of your steps, your get off the line of scrimmage, your cutting, in terms of getting in and out of your breaks. It's more important than your knee, and it's taken a more significant time for him to come back. But I think so far so good. He's on pace to return about 12 months from that injury, and that is, that's the expected time frame. What I'm more encouraged about is Tristan Wirfs returning to practice. I think there's a very good chance Tristan Wirfs will be your left tackle for the Jets game in week 3. If not, you can absolutely rock solid put him in pen, not pencil, in week 4 against the Eagles. So Tristan Wirfs closer to coming back than Chris Godwin. But you know what, guys? Listen, when you've got 3 of your top flight starters, and of course this team is a 3 wide receiver offense, so I'm including Jalen McMillan in there. When you start the season with Tristan Wirfs, Jalen McMillan, and Chris Godwin, unavailable, but coming back later in the year, guess what? The cavalry's coming. So if you can just win some games in their absence, and they've done that so far in week 1, they can continue to do that as they get some of their better players back. Tristan Wirfs, their all-pro left tackle. Chris Godwin, a Pro Bowl caliber receiver. Jalen McMillan, who showed that he can play in this league and score points with 8 touchdowns as a rookie. If they can get these guys back, it just adds more fuel to their fire and offense. And I think we're going to see an offense that will start off the first couple of weeks scoring in the 20s, eventually get to the 30s in terms of scoring like they did last year.
Scott Reynolds from PewterReport.com. Follow all of his great coverage on that site. If you're a Bucs fan, that is the place to be on the internet. Thanks so much. We appreciate it, Scott. We'll catch up next week.
Always a pleasure, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Another fun one coming up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They'll wrap up our week 2 in the NFL on Monday night. Coming up next, we continue the previews. It's mic'd up on a Friday. We'll hear from the players, the coaches that will occupy our minds coming up on Saturday and Sunday. That is next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
In Florida, we've grown accustomed to summer storms, and unfortunately, we're now having to get accustomed to financial storms as well. You've seen the headlines: war tensions, economic policy shifts, tariffs, political polarization. These aren't just news stories. They impact your portfolio. That's why I turn to Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors don't just push products. They listen. They took time to understand my goals, my timeline, and my risk tolerance. I even moved an old 401k I had sitting around. Now that money is working for me once again. Founder Jeff Jr., a Marine vet, built this company with honor, integrity, and that never leave a man behind attitude. Simplify indeed. Always faithful to your financial well-being. Trajan Wealth's team evaluates the markets constantly. No cookie cutter portfolios, just smart tactical investment strategies built for you. The financial landscape is as unpredictable as a Florida thunderstorm. Call Trajan Wealth at 407-213-0000 or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
If you're not just looking for good beer, but one of the best beers you'll ever try in your life, I encourage you to check out the menu over at Hourglass Brewing. 2 locations, one in Longwood, one near downtown. They call that their district location. Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery that did make the best beer ever, Zone Heads 35, and hopefully at the end of the year we get another batch of that as well. And they crank out the hits on the daily. If you love beer, no matter the type, IPAs, that's my flavor, sours, lagers, they have something for you. I guarantee that. And if you want to save a buck or two, stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wine, ciders, seltzers. They've got something for everyone. Cozy up to the bar. Get to know their incredibly friendly staff. And again, they've got 2 locations that you can frequent. One in Longwood in my neck of the woods and also on Curry Ford Road. And stay tuned for more information on Game On Happy Hours, which will be happening over the next couple of months. It's Hourglass Brewing. We'll see you there.
Victoria Hills is your golf course of choice. Enjoy a golfing experience like no other. Challenge yourself on a Ron Garl design that is unique to Florida's landscape. Elevation changes and rolling terrain will remind you of being in the Carolinas. And now you can get 2 rounds of golf for just $35 at CentralFloridaSaves.com. That's right. You and a guest can play a round of golf at Victoria Hills in Deland for just $35. Head on over to CentralFloridaSaves.com to get this deal.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
Yeungling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yeungling is the taste of tradition. Yeungling. Legends stand the test of time.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. You get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
You're still glowing,
flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Week 3 of the college football season, it includes Florida kicking off their SEC slate. That'll be tomorrow night. They're at 4th-ranked LSU and looking for the upset there. The home stretch of the MLS season resumes tomorrow night when Orlando City visits DC United. Lions enter the match in 5th place in the East. And Angel slugger Mike Trout, he's on the brink of a major milestone after hitting his 399th career homer last night. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
It's a Yeungling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I still can't wrap my head around the ranking, going from unranked and really thought of as a non-factor this year in college football, beating an 8th-ranked Alabama team. That's preseason ranked, so that's not even a fully legitimized ranking of they have this impressive resume, and that's what got them to this point. Ranked 8th, they win that game, and they have zoomed all the way up to number 10. The overall ranking of where Florida State is, based on the limited knowledge we have of what this team can actually be this year, doesn't completely line up. And it has people like Paul Feinbaum and yourself buying all the way back in, and Florida State fans out there. And I just fear that people are getting their hopes up for something that isn't actually there.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
It is time for Mic'd Up. We are going to hear from all the hot newsmakers throughout the sports world. We're going to do it right this minute. You know what? I've been wanting to get to this story, Kravitz. I'm going to get to it in Mic'd Up. You wouldn't let me get to it earlier. I'm going to get to it in Mic'd Up. Aaron Judge last night. Aaron Judge hit this home run. Do we have it?
Pitch to Aaron, swinging a drive. Looks like he's done it again. Giddy up, gone. Into the bullpen again. Another home run for Aaron Judge, his second tonight. 46 on the season. It ties Joe DiMaggio, 4th place on the all-time Yankee franchise home run list.
Okay, he ties Joe DiMaggio. All right, Joltin' Joe DiMaggio for 4th on the Yankees all-time list. He now trails only Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, and Lou Gehrig on that list. I'm here to tell you today that Aaron Judge can never be Joe DiMaggio because of this song right here.
Joe DiMaggio, action turns slowly to you. What got you saying? Listen, Robinson. Joe has left and gone away.
Joltin' Joe has left and gone away. All right, that's enough. Kravitz, baseball just isn't the same now. Aaron Judge, I mean, obviously a great, great baseball player, but Joe DiMaggio and guys back then, they were cultural icons because baseball was the sport in this country. As good as Aaron Judge is, he can never be Joe DiMaggio.
Baseball is not as popular in terms of the percentage of our brain that it occupies as sports fans as it was back then. There's no debating that. But Aaron Judge is a cultural icon. Just because you're not familiar with songs that feature Aaron Judge doesn't mean that they don't exist. There's a song called Aaron Judge featuring Cash Kid that is available on streaming right now. I just looked it up. I don't know if that person's famous or not, but
you're going to compare Cash Kid to Simon and Garfunkel, Mrs. Robinson. They made a freaking movie out of Mrs. Robinson. With what are you talking about?
Listen, baseball players are not as cool in society as they once were. There's no denying that. Kids everywhere across the country would pretend like they are their favorite baseball players, and I don't think that that's quite as common as it used to be. There's no debating that. I mean, I tried to see if I'm sure that there are other songs that reference Aaron Judge out there. I don't know if the people that sing those songs rise to the levels of fame of Simon and Garfunkel, but
by the way,
there's no denying that things have changed.
Real quick trivia: Simon and Garfunkel was going to use Stan Musial in that song, but it didn't quite have the, here's to you, Stan Musial.
Missed such an opportunity because musial rhymes with unusual, which is a great word to fit into a song.
Yeah.
My love for you is unusual. Here's to you, Stan Musial.
Yeah, Tom Jones. It's not unusual
there you
to
go.
be loved by anyone. All right, let's go from that to somebody who isn't a cultural icon. Former Dolphin and career meathead Richie Incognito breaking down Tua's play last week.
I think the most frustrating part for Miami Dolphins fans are they saw it in 2023. Tua, we know you have it in you, and Tua hasn't even been able to live up to half that. So when Tua proves he could do it in 2023 with the same offensive coordinator, this genius McDaniel, and he doesn't do it now, it stings even more because Tua is ass. He looks bad. I mean, he is ass.
Okay, there you have it. Tua is ass, says Richie Incognito. Here's my question. Richie Incognito, I guess that was on a podcast with Skip Bayless and Gilbert Arenas. Why are those three on a podcast together?
Is Richie Incognito on the podcast, or was he just on it that day? I'm just curious.
I think he might have been a guest.
I think he was probably a guest because I think I did see that Skip Bayless and Gilbert Arenas have a podcast. You couldn't pay me to listen to that, by the way. Could not. I don't think there's a dollar figure where I have to listen to it from the beginning until the end. I don't know that I could put a price tag on that. That's definitely not something that we need, but it is something that exists. It's very easy to put up a podcast. Let's take it from me. I've put up many of them, so anybody can do it. If Skip Bayless can do it. Anybody can do it.
And when did ASS become a?
No, that is a proper way to describe somebody. That is it is, and yeah, absolutely. It's like calling them trash.
You say I would understand he is an ass, but
no. He's saying he is ass, like he is trash, like his game is trash. That's what he's saying.
Gotcha.
And according to the way he played last week, I don't know that I disagree with Richie Incognito's analysis.
Packers fans last night had a message for the Dallas Cowboys. Listen.
For a second, because it's perfect to say. I know you guys know what they're saying thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. They're thanking Jerry Jones for the great Micah Parsons, Kravitz.
Oh, I'll take you lost the trade for 500, Alex. That's how you know you got fleeced when an opposing fan base is thanking you for the trade. Is the Cowboys defense better without Micah Parsons, by the way? Do we get a final tally on that? What a joke. He's so good.
He is. He is. A Buffalo fan last week slapped Lamar Jackson in the helmet when he was celebrating a touchdown throw. I think it was to DeAndre Hopkins. In fact, he slapped both the players on the helmet, and Lamar Jackson retaliated by shoving the fan, and then he apologized earlier this week. Listen.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't try to, it just happened. Like, I got pushed. I'm like, what? Thought I was like outside. I wasn't even thinking about me being out there on the field, but my apologies to that, whoever that was. I don't know who it was. My apologies to him. Like, just chill next time. Just, you can talk trash and stuff, but keep your hands to yourself.
Why is he apologizing? The guy deserved to be shoved. He put his hand right in Lamar Jackson's face mask and shoved him.
I love that response from Lamar Jackson.
I do too. I love Lamar Jackson.
And one other thing that I love about this story is that I didn't hear anybody come out and go, "What is Lamar Jackson doing? You can't do that." It wasn't even a debate. Nobody debated it. That fan deserved to get pushed. If you if you touch a player should be able to put their hands on you. It is quid pro quo, and I think everybody's okay with that. But it shows how classy a person Lamar Jackson is, that he's willing to apologize for something that nobody thought he should apologize for. Maybe his mom thought he should, and that's the reason that he did it. I think it shows a great character by him.
All right, last one. Mario Cristobal talking about the big game with USF this weekend and USF's quarterback.
I think what doesn't get talked about enough is the fact that I think he leads the country in most consecutive passes without throwing an interception. And he could throw it all. I mean, the deep ball is phenomenal deep ball by him. The quick game, the intermediate game, the off-script plays, hard to contain, hard to bring down. He combines the best of both worlds of the college, modern day quarterback. So he's a winner, and he's tough, and he's physical, smart. So great football player.
Hey, if he doesn't get injured last year against Miami, USF may have been in that game last year against Miami.
I mean, he's so good, and he will keep USF around for at least portions of this game. I don't think you can just assume that because they've had two good games in a row against quality competition that the bloom is already going to be off the rose. Byron Brown is the real deal, and USF is making a really good case early on to be a group of 5 playoff team. I hope that they perform well this weekend.
We shall see. And that is mic'd up.
Coming up next, your texts, your talkbacks. We want to hear from you. It is a free-for-all Friday, and our 5 o'clock hour is chock full of football picks, locks, free money, free stuff. So your last chance to get in on the conversation. Next segment. We'll get to that after this short break.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
I can't wait for this weekend slate of games, especially with Prize Picks in the mix. Prize Picks makes watching my Jaguars 10 times more fun because I'm not just watching Trevor Lawrence, I'm playing along with him. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. All you do is pick more or less on a player's stat projections, and in less than a minute, your lineup is locked in. Sunday, I'm looking at Travis Etienne with more than his projection of 56 rushing yards, Travis Hunter with more than 47 receiving yards, and Trevor Lawrence with more than 240 passing yards. That's right. I think the Jags have their way with the Bengals' weak defense. At Prize Picks, you can turn those insights into income. Prize Picks also invented flex play. So even if one pick misses, you can still cash out. And don't forget, they've got the injury reboot policy too. So if one of your guys goes down in the first half, you're protected. Download the app today. Use code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
The off-ramp's partially blocked from I-4 westbound to World Drive. There's a crash causing bumper-to-bumper traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound, just past that Hancock Road exit there. Crews are on the roadways, clearing up a crash on State Road 408 eastbound at Bumby Avenue. Afternoon showers might be affecting your ride on the major roadways. The roadways are wet out there, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents with $1 purchase in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. You're not. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. Only at participating locations.
Tired of cookie cutter barbershops and sterile salons? Yeah, me too. At Hammer & Nails Grooming for Guys, they believe today's extraordinary man deserves more than just a haircut. Picture this: premium grooming services in a space that's actually built for men. No pedicure fumes, no take a number chaos, just expert care, craft cocktails, large TV screens. You can watch all the games and personalized headphones, an atmosphere where you can actually unwind. Because when it comes to men's grooming, they don't cut corners. They redefine the whole experience. Hammer and Nails, come as you are, leave as you want to be.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercod furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-filled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an x-ray doesn't mean it isn't real. We know doctors that specialize in whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. They can help us prove your pain is real and fight for your future medical needs. Farrah and Farrah.
Orlando. Football season is here, people. Yes, Sirski. This is Pac-Man Jones. If you're trying to win this season, you got to get with BetOnline. We're talking the latest odds, player props, all in one space. Easy sign up, best bonuses, lightning fast payouts, and always first to market. BetOnline, the game started here.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game, sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
America's #1 app for radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now, anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeart Radio app today. The #1 app for radio.
It's a Yeungling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, that sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You know, they say not all heroes wear capes. Well, that is certainly the case for my go-to real estate agent, Kevin Krager. When you're buying a home, who you work with matters a lot. That's why you need Kevin Krager with LPT Realty on your side. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, and cutting-edge real estate technology. But what is it that truly sets Kevin apart? Kevin's strong background in construction is second to none in the industry. He knows what to look for. You go on a walk with him through a prospective house of yours, you're going to get the most fundamental information about the foundation to the roof line. He is focused on protecting your investment every single step of the way. And then even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin is loyal to his clients. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades, all at cost for those that buy through him. If you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, Kevin Krager with LPT Realty is there for you today. Your future home will thank you.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. It's a free-for-all Friday. Let your voice be heard and see what you can get Bianchi and Kravitz all fired up about. Text us at 50857 or hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Now back to Game On.
Hold up, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can.
Tell them, girls. This segment brought to you by Burn Pest Control. Joe doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. Keep your home protected from the bugs. Sorry, I'm just laughing, thinking of something that happened to me last night. With Burn Pest Control, tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi sent you by. Get 10% off your initial service at burnpest.com. This is not some anti-endorsement of Burn Pest Control. We live in Florida. Even with the best pest control prevention, you're going to have the occasional bug that slips through. It's amazing. The last house that I lived in, and I had a different service that I worked for, was before I met Joe. And it was just, I always had, like, every couple of months you get like that trail of annoying ants that they don't hurt you, but they're like the sugar ants that go into your kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So last night I'm in bed. I'm all stuffed up. So my wife was like, I'm not going to sleep next to you. She went and slept on the couch. We have a very comfortable couch. Okay. It's not like I exiled her. She chose to do that on her own. But I'm laying there, I'm watching the second half of the Commanders and the Packers, and all of a sudden I feel something crawling on my arm. Like, my reaction to that in the dark was,
you were like a little old lady.
It was embarrassing.
Were you like a little old lady? Eek, eek.
I jumped out of bed. I mean, you would have thought that I was doing like the Olympic trials on the gymnastics beam.
Didn't you grow up in Florida?
It was just a like, I'm not scared of it, of whatever it was. It's just a natural reaction to just, what is that? You know, I wasn't ready for it. And then I looked, it was this tiny ant just crawling on my arm. I was locked in on the game. Okay. We had a lot riding on last night. Packers -3 cashes, by the way. So thank you. Bow.
I was going to say, okay, Brenda, you were locked in on the game.
On the text line. It really is embarrassing when you act like that. I looked around, I'm like, thank God my wife is not in the room right now. That was
Brenda Kravitz.
That was not manly behavior right there. Which is more classic, the classic grilled cheese or classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Which is more classic?
That's a great question. Which do you consider to be more classic? I think for me, it's a grilled cheese. A classic grilled cheese, just.
I'll go PBJ simply because I never really made a lot of grilled cheese because you have to get the frying pan out.
Yeah, but I think that's what makes it classic, is that for most of us, you know, if you had a great mom or dad that would cook for you when you were a kid.
You want me to talk about my dad now? Is that what you want? My dad.
I said mom or dad, okay? Didn't you have a good mom?
Yeah, mom made some great grilled cheese.
See what I mean? That's what makes it classic, is that it kind of brings you back to your childhood. I make peanut butter and jellies all the time because they're simple and easy. Grilled cheese.
I don't put jelly on my peanut butter sandwiches.
What?
I mean, I like PB&Js, but the jelly is, to me, the peanut butter is the best part. I like to put bananas inside the peanut butter sandwich with the bananas, or with the peanut butter and banana sandwich.
A little bit of honey.
No, I mean that sounds good, but yeah, that would be good.
So anti-sugar.
That's why you're still ripped at, I don't even know how old you are, however old you are. There he is. There's the Bulldog. We're getting off the stream, by the way. I got to cut up some of these clips. So if you were watching on the stream, thank you so much. I'm going to hit end on that.